Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Craig is here.
Some applause.
Say again?
Oh. Shall we applaud?
Applaud who?
Mario.
What, because his internet made it throughout the show?
Yeah.
Beautiful moment.
Greg, hey, thank you, Craig, my brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Let's not jinx it.
Okay.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, yeah,
no.
don't jinx it. Yeah, exactly. Now, as we discussed on Saturday, our studios are close to New York, where there was lots of rain. Now, we can see the mascots ahead of the game coming out. Have you seen this video?
No.
It's really cool. Really nice, actually, because it's absolutely chucking it down.
Oh.
And then one by one, the players kind of start to give their mascots
very nice.
Which leads us to the first question, which is, did the boys see the video? Well, they're seeing it now.
No.
Which FC pundit would be least likely to give up their jackets?
Oh.
Now, one name springs to mind, and it isn't the obvious one. Because I think you would, because you're actually, you know, there's a nice side to you. I'm looking at Craig, by the way.
That's very good. No, actually.
No.
See, I know there is a perception, and I'm happy to facilitate that perception.
Right.
However, I do have that side.
Yeah, I think you do have that kind of softy side.
So it wouldn't be...
Wouldn't be you, wouldn't be Shaka.
No.
Obviously, it wouldn't be Mario. Mario's softy. I wonder if we're thinking of the same person.
I think I'm... Hold on.
Do you think of anyone, Shaka?
Well, I'm down to two, but then there's not many of us.
Shaka?
Well, I'm thinking of somebody.
Oh, this is like a... Would you like to say who you're thinking of?
No.
I'm really 50-50.
No, I'm pretty much on board with the way I've got. I would say Stuart Robson.
Yeah.
Oh,
because he'd be like, come on, son, this is it. If you want to be a footballer,
toughen up.
Yeah, exactly.
Toughen up.
Toughen
It's a
up.
little bit of rain.
I was in between Ali and Stevie.
Oh, well, Stevie, because he couldn't get the zip done. That'd be the problem. I think Ali would...
I think Stevie's could cover a couple of mascots.
That's unfair. Wow. I think his would cover the whole.
Him and Gab got the whole team sorted. That's it.
I could keep mine on.
Well, Gab would give one of the youngsters the jacket, and the kid would say, "Why is there so many zips in this book?"
I know. If I Jules in one of the pockets. Jules, what are you doing in here?
Nice bolognese and what?
Julian going, "Let me speak, let me speak." No, I never forgot about Robbo.
I thought Robbo, because you know what Robbo's like.
Yeah, Robbo.
See,
Robbo's a good
that's a
shot.
perception as well with Robbo.
No, Robbo hasn't got much empathy.
Nah.
You've got to toughen up.
Are you saying I've got more empathy than Robbo?
Well, he's no Craig Bully, clearly.
No, that's crazy.
Do you think on a golf course Robbo would have my patience?
Nah.
No.
Very patient man, you know.
Yeah, I know you are on the golf. Yes, I know.
Golf Craig is very different.
Apart from when I almost lost my patience with you one day.
Wow.
When I made that par 3.
Nah, I was ready to walk on. You wanted me to keep playing it.
Anyway, questions.
Right, that's where we go.
Craig, what result should Liverpool be rooting for in the Manchester City-Arsenal game?
Oh, wow. What's the table again?
64, 64, 63?
Draw.
Who's 63?
Manchester City.
Draw.
I mean, the obvious would be a draw, but I would say... It's a good question, isn't it? I mean...
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I got it right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... I wouldn't want... If I'm looking at who might falter, I wouldn't want City to win the game. I think I would take an Arsenal win and a draw. Even though Arsenal are slightly above them and playing really well.
But because we know what City can do.
We know when you poke the bear.
Yeah.
I've tried to just make sure I didn't say something there.
OK. We're OK.
Well.
So a draw or an Arsenal win,
Right.
but not any City momentum.
Right. Mario, what would you go for? If you're a Liverpool fan, who are you rooting for?
Yeah, I would probably, the draw is more likely because that's just a normal thing. But yeah, if you're a Liverpool fan, I'll go for Arsenal to win and kill the momentum, Arsenal to lose, I mean, and then kill that momentum. But then City is the problem because if they keep on going, you might have a problem there. But yeah, I think maybe this season might be where Arsenal is taking it now. I'm worried a little bit in the sense of for anybody that's trying to compete with them. If they can come back after the international week and do something good, then I think if they lose that game, it could kill the momentum of them.
Mario, you kind of give us all three answers then.
One of them is going to be right.
I mean Arsenal to lose. That's what I say.
Okay, there we go. If you live fan.
You know,
I'm with Mario.
What?
Draw Or Arsenal lose as your second choice.
Okay.
So that, I mean, it's the argument. It's Man City momentum, isn't it? But you know, as an opposing player, as a Liverpool player,
Yeah.
I don't think it's not something I think you think about too much.
Right. Would you watch the game?
Yeah.
Well, who, me? No. Just joking. It's a joke. Stop
Yeah, probably.
making a face something like that.
I mean, I would imagine they'll. I don't know I can't remember what the Arsenal, what the Liverpool schedule is for the weekend. But I would imagine if they could, they'll watch the game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you're a player, you can't. The result is a result. You can't influence that. And so when you're looking at it from the player's point of view, is all I can do is influence what we do. So these questions always come up, but in my memory, it's not something that we sat and went, for example, neck and neck with Rangers all season. The result on a Saturday, if we're playing on a Sunday, was the result. And you just got to adjust to it, whatever it is.
Interesting question here.
The question, as a player, I'm not sure I'd watch it. If I were a Liverpool player, I'm not sure I'd watch a game.
No? Well, you've just beaten Brighton.
Are they playing Brighton?
Brighton just before.
I'm not sure I'd watch it.
You're playing Brighton, you're having a beer.
I'll wait to find out the result and then kind of look at how the game developed based on knowing the result.
You would purposely not watch it?
Yes.
Because it would be too stressful?
Yeah.
You'd be too busy.
I've got a lot
nap
going
time.
on.
Yeah.
Nap time, fixing his aircon.
What time's kick off again?
Mario, would you watch it?
Yeah, I understand. Watching it, no, probably not, because I probably would look at maybe a highlight I could look at, but I would not want to watch the game. Why not? No, because I know all the players that are playing against each other, so I know technically what they're going to do. So I just want to have the result and keep moving. And I don't want them to live in my head for free. No, I don't want that.
No. What is going on in your head for free, Mario?
For free.
For free? Life, my friend. Enjoy life. That's all goes for free.
It's beautiful.
That's all goes for free, my friend.
I'll
Nothing
tell you what,
else.
there's some sort of barometer for the most chilled out between these two.
Okay, right. This is
It'd be quite a match-up, wouldn't it?
Of who's more chilled out, yeah. And then who's less chilled? You and Rob are at the other end.
Yeah, we're at the other end of the spectrum.
Nothing about raincoat.
It's on edge.
There's absolutely no doubt about that. It's about to...
Right, for Shaka, this is quite deep.
Oh, is it?
Both Craig and Mario went really young into prestigious football academies.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Ajax, obviously. While you enjoyed your time at Howard University.
Yeah.
Do you...
Sorry.
I don't know why that was there, sir.
Carry on.
Do you feel not going into an academy hampered your growth?
No. I don't think I think my time at university was good for me to mature, good for me to understand time management. I couldn't have done.
I can't. Give me a sick bag. I can't listen to any more of this.
I couldn't have done it 16. I couldn't.
I tell you what, you're so mature.
I
never think you've been
I
so
tried to
mature.
be. I couldn't do
And
it.
to that point, Mario, do you feel that you missed out on fun times as a student at university because you went into football so young?
I don't think. I think the journey was great. I had moments, of course, I would fight against my mom and say to him, why am I not allowed to do this, what my friends are doing? My mom said, don't worry. For example, the nightclubs. You know, you want to go to a nightclub, and I said to my mom, why can I not go? All my friends are going. She goes, don't worry. The nightclub will still be there when you bring the diploma to my house and become a professional footballer, because that's what you want. I said, okay, Mom. Eventually, I became the pro, and the nightclubs were still there, and I could go out. So in a way, she was right. So that's why I don't think it hold back on my life, and I don't think. And if I would have gone the other way, like how Shaka said, no. I think the mindset of the human. I think me as a young boy is just making sure that I went after what I wanted. I think I'm happy for that journey.
Beautiful.
There was no nightclubs in London when I went there. I was too young.
No, exactly.
And university wasn't all fun and games. Dan was making love. I was studying very hard.
My university was great.
Well, see, that's you, Dan. I was studying very hard, Dan.
Shut up,
I
shut
tell
up.
you what, though,
Focused.
I'd love to.
Focused on my maturing.
What? I really matured in you.
I'd love to see what academy kids do now.
In what sense?
Yeah, you gotta.
Well, if you asked the academy kids to do what they did in the 70s, 80s, 90s, coach should be arrested.
Well, it was much more of a bullying culture, yeah, is that fair?
Well, it's not so much the bullying, because, I mean, there is a lot... The terminology back then was a lot different, but, you know, there's a lot of shouting, a lot of screaming at you, and there's lots to do out with learning the game.
Right.
It's all the crappy jobs.
Because you had to clean the stadium, clean the boots.
Clean the stadium, clean out all... You had 4 pros, and mine was Tony DeRigo, Mickey Hazard, and I think Kerry Dixon, 1 or 2 others. You're cleaning boots. Now, don't forget, so you get in there in the morning and you're making sure all the kit's ready for the training, for these. So you have to be there before the big timers, the pros. And everything has to be spot on. Your players that you're looking after, the training kit, the boots needs to be clean, everything in place. And then you go and do your training, and then you come back in, clean everything up. Right. I mean, it's a mess, and then it's just jobs, right? So you're balancing it, and the whole premise of doing that was and I think it's, honestly, to me, and all the guys that come through around that period of, you know, whatever it was, that decade, was the grounding was incredible. It's humbling. You can't get to there, even if you're a great player, which I certainly wasn't as a kid. There was much better kids than me, even at Chelsea. But even if you're one of the best kids coming through, you don't get to there unless you've mucked in with all those other jobs. I mean, it's almost bonding. Now, today they don't do that, right? And I'm not saying that they're more... Nowadays, and rightly so, they're housed in better places. The nutrition is much better. They don't have all these jobs, so they can concentrate on the technical aspects of their actual game. And I think from that point of view, we're seeing all these kids coming through, and it is better. But I think a lot of them are less humble than the guys that had to go through the muck and the crap, basically, to get to where... Because it makes you... you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely.
It makes you want to...
It makes you appreciate it.
I don't want to be doing this for another 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I need to get to there.
Right.
Because this is horrible. That's kind of how it was.
Mario, what was your experience like as a youngster at Ajax?
As a youngster at Ajax, you know, like what Craig said, it was identical to that. I was in the reserves, for example, and I would go training. Like my mom would say to me, "You're not allowed to be the first to leave the training ground." So having said that, even the pitch. So when we done training, I had to keep training my left foot because it wasn't good. I was a righty. So she said, "You got to practice the left because getting to the first team, I see people using both." So sometimes the lights went out. It was dark. I come into the dressing room, and there were a couple of guys, like the older guys in the team, like maybe 4 guys. They were laughing at me, and they said to me, "Why you keep training?" I said, "Because one day I want to make it to the first team." And they laughed at me. And I'm standing under the shower, and the water is coming on my eyes, and they cannot see me crying. I'm literally crying because they're hurting me. So they're bullying me, and it's going like, "You'll never make it. If you make it, I become Maradona." Next thing you know, I make my debut in the first team. I then join Chelsea. I fly back to Holland to play for, to the Netherlands to play for Holland, and I walk into a bar, and who do I see? Literally the kid that took the lead in bullying me under the shower. So he goes really crazy, enjoying, "Hey Mario, great to see you, this and that." He said, "Let me buy you a drink." I said, No, let me buy you a drink and all your friends. So I buy them a drink, and then I said, "Before I go, I want to know where you play now." And the kid looks at me and he goes, "I play at an amateur team in Hilversum." I said, "You remember what you did to me in the shower?" I will never forget that day. I said, "Enjoy your evening," and I walked out of the bar. I will never forget that kid, till today.
Wow, Mario.
Some great stories. I mean,
that's incredible, isn't it?
It's incredible, Tim. Just quick, I mean, one of the jobs we had to do so in a Saturday, if Chelsea were playing on a weekend or a midweek, say they were playing, I remember one game, they were playing Nottingham Forest on a Wednesday night, and part of my job with the other guy called Dave Lee was to clean the away dressing room.
Oh, okay.
Right, so we had to wait, and all the Nottingham Forest players going out before we cleaned the dressing room. And I remember, I'll never forget this, Nigel Clough came out, and he asked where the bar was, and his dad slapped him very hard around the head and told him to get on the bus because they just lost. I went to say, wow. Yeah. But anyway, our job was to clean the dressing room, and so we couldn't do it till all the Forest players came out. And it was, I mean, you know what it's like, it's a mess, there's tape and there's mud everywhere. And in the dressing room, I think I've told you this, there was not, before it was all renovated, years ago, there was a bunch of showers, and then I think there was 5 or 6 individual bathtubs. Now, if every player gets in those bathtubs, or 5 or 6 of them get in the bathtub, when they get out of that, it is a mess.
Of course.
And it takes some scrubbing. And Dave Lee come up to me, he got in his pocket. I went, what are you doing, Dave? He went, we won't be cleaning any baths tonight. And he got out 6 bath plugs. He'd been in before Forrest got there, and he'd pulled the rubber plugs
Yes!
out of every
Genius, so no one can have a bath.
out of every chain. And so he went, we'll not be cleaning any baths tonight, son. Because nobody's having a bath in that. And I was like that, because Dave was a couple of years older than me, and I was like, he switched on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was
Most
like, stuff like
definitely.
that was brilliant.
You missed out on all of that, Shaq.
Yeah.
Swung around Howard University.
Studying. Very hard,
How was
Dad.
about this? I cleaned Tony DeRigo's boots at Chelsea,
Yeah.
and then when I went in at Derby, I was his captain.
Wow.
Should have made him clean your boots.
Ah, okay,
Lorded
that's
that
cool.
over.
There's a swing
There's
around
your
for you.
full
innit?
circle.
But he's only a young. I think he was 23 when he was at Chelsea.
They should make some sort of Hollywood movie about you, Craig.
Tony, I should have taken. I should have.
What are they going to call it? What's it?
But hey, Craig, you didn't tell them.
For Craig's movie.
Craig's biography movie.
Tomorrow, extra time.
Craig.
I want a name for the movie. Well,
That is it. That
Craig,
Mario,
where
Mario's
did you
gonna say
train
something.
when you were at Chelsea? Because the training ground was not, the cutest place to be, because the
We
wind was
trained-
incredible there. Great
we
club,
trained.
but woo,
We trained at Harlington, as probably you did.
I was like the same place. Like I trained the same place as you. Oh my God. Oh, it was so cold. When the wind was there.
Listen,
oh my God, guys.
Vialli
it was like
trained there.
It was incredible.
Zola trained there. Hullet trained there. Hey, they've all trained there.
Dorigo.
Dorigo.
They all trained there.
What's this, a
They
film?
say,
Another part of the movie.
They're making a film about me, apparently.
Freezing.
Lots of empathy.
That is it. That brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you, guys. I love it when you tell those stories. It's very good.